knows she hasn't been the best mother, but how can she ever tell her daughters the reason why? Lauren and Jenna are as close as two sisters can be, and they made a pact years ago to keep a devastating secret from their mother. But is it time to come clean? Lauren's teenage daughter Mackenzie masks her own pain by keeping her mother at a distance. Her mother, aunt and grandmother keep trying to reach her, but will it take a stranger to show her the meaning of true family? When life changes in an instant, the Stuart women are thrown together for a summer, and suddenly they must relearn how to be a family. And while unraveling their secrets might be their biggest challenge, it could also be their finest moment. I honestly couldn't put this book down. It was so gripping, and it was such a good read. There was romance, there was like platonic love, like family love. Yeah, there was drama, secrets. Yeah, it was really, really gripping. And it's quite a big book, as you can see. I will tell you, there are 36 chapters and 462 pages. I also really like the cover. So, part of what attracts me to a book is the cover. I always look at the cover first, and I always tend to prefer bright, colourful covers. So, yeah, that's what first draws me to a book. And a couple of the reviews. I absolutely adored it. Sarah Morgan just keeps getting better and better. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this book. Okay, next up, we've got something slightly different. It's called The Perfect Daughter. I think this makes some really good gripping sounds. But that's not the only reason why I love the book, obviously. So it's called The Perfect Daughter by Alex Stone. And it says, the perfect daughter. Jess Harper has spent her whole life trying to make her mum, Abigail, happy. Everything Jess does, from the clothes she wears to the men she dates, are all approved by Abigail first. The perfect boyfriend. So when Jess announces jumps from like the present day to like months in the past. So you've got to like try and remember like where you left off or where you finished last time and like what was happening. So you can't just like jump right into it. You have to sort of like know what's going on. But honestly, it's a psychological thriller and it is amazing. Like, it had so many unexpected twists and turns, and the ending wasn't expected at all. I don't know if that's just me, but I genuinely did not expect the ending to happen. I would honestly really, really, really recommend it, especially for anyone who likes like crime, drama, suspense, that sort of thing. Yeah, honestly, it's so gripping. And just a couple of the reviews. Chillingly compelling, 5 stars. And cleverly written, powerful, shocking. And honestly, both of those reviews sum it up perfectly. Okay, let's move on. So the next book is called The Vet. The Vet. T-H-E-V-E-T by Luke Campbell. Lukagamble. So it says, Luke Campbell always wanted to be a vet, but now he's about to find out what it means. Joining a mixed practice in the West Country, Luke is quickly thrust into the real world of veterinary medicine. Truculent farmers, endless hours of work, nasty biting squirrels, frogs' eyeballs, and the horror of the foot-and-mouth outbreak. A heartwarming story of his tumultuous first year. So, I would say this is a bit like a diary. Although it's not written as a diary, it's written as a story. But it's essentially, it's written by Luke, obviously, but it's about himself, and literally like all the highs, the lows, no stone left unturned about life as a first year vet. Yeah, this is definitely a good book if you like animals, and if you want to like immerse yourself into a story and feel like you're actually there. Like, I feel like this really did just that. I've read it 2 or 3 times, and yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Like, I could read this book, so many more times. But yeah, I feel like it's a very raw, honest, and actually quite powerful book about being a vet. So if you're a vet, you might want to read it as well, actually. But yeah, there's a bit of romance in there, friendship. It's basically his life for a year. he's such a goofy, funny, relatable person as well, which I think makes it even better. Like, he doesn't see himself as like more important than anyone else. So yeah. Okay, next up, I've got a bit of a smaller book. It's called Anastasia on Her Own. This is also sort of written a bit like The Vet. It's a bit like a diary. And it's all about Anastasia's experiences stepping up to be a mum, whilst her actual mum is away for work. It's more of a comedy, but it is really good, and the fact that it's so small, well, not small but short, means it doesn't take ages to read, which is good. I feel like this is more for like teenagers and young adults, but you know, if you just want like something easy to read, something, you know, that's gonna distract your mind, yeah, this does the trick. So it says, she's a crackle-brained, fizzle-headed, freckle-faced dynamo, and she's in charge. Anastasia isn't too worried about how she'll manage when Mum goes away for a few days. After all, she has a schedule to stick to. But she hasn't reckoned on her little brother getting chicken pox and being asked for a date. Yeah, so it is definitely a comedy. It's sort of like a skit, like if things go wrong, you know, if it could go wrong, it will go wrong. But it's also about the power of family, and, you know, having other people to rely on. So it's like a heartwarming comedy. And it's literally like about a teenager finding herself and, you know, learning about responsibility and what becoming an adult is like. So yeah, this is a really good book. I've read this quite a bit when I was younger. But yeah, no, it is a really good book. And to be honest, I read it like a few months ago, I think. So yeah, it is for any age, but more sort of for like, yeah, teens and young adults, I'd say. Okay, and the final book I've got is called The Family at Red Roofs. The Family at Red Roofs by Enid Blyton. ENIDBLYTON. I'm a huge fan of Enid Blyton. So this says Molly, Peter, Michael and and Shirley are so excited to be living at Red Roof's, their beautiful new home with their darling puppy Bundle. But their well-planned lives go drastically off course when they receive some terrible news, and suddenly the children need to grow up fast. This is such a heartwarming book, but it's also a sad book, but you know. But yeah, it's incredibly heartwarming. It's all about how these children, obviously have to grow up. They have to mature young, and it's about them coming together as a family, and basically doing the right thing. I'm trying not to give too much away, but honestly, it is a roller coaster of emotions. Like, it'll make you sad, it'll make you happy, it'll make you angry. Honestly, this is more for like teenagers, but I honestly think anyone can read it. Like, and I feel like it's a good book for parents to show their kids, or read to their kids, or give to their kids. Yeah, so I think it's for anybody really. But I've read this multiple times as well. Like, I can't get enough of it. Like, it's a lighter read, so it's not like as dark as The Perfect Daughter, obviously, because it's made like more for kids. But yeah, it still has like the highs and lows and like navigating like childhood and that sort of thing. But yeah, I definitely recommend this book as well. Okay, that is all for this video. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I will